Influence Africa.
Influence Africa. Policy, practice, partnership. Supporting the long-term growth and competitiveness of Africa. Our core aims are actionable through training, intelligence, research, multi-stakeholder engagement, project action, advocacy, social networks, knowledge materials, documentary films. Influence Africa. Policy, practice, partnership. Supporting the long-term growth and competitiveness of Africa.
There are many types of catastrophes that could possibly disrupt the day-to-day operation of a business, city, region, or country. Though vulnerability to disaster varies, there are four main types of disasters. Firstly, you have natural disasters, and these include floods, hurricanes, earthquakes, and volcano eruptions that can have immediate impact on human health. Secondly are environmental emergencies, and these include technological or industrial accidents, usually involving hazardous material, and occur either where these materials are produced, where they're used or transported. Large forest fires are generally included in this definition because they tend to be caused by humans. Thirdly, you have complex emergencies, and these include the breakdown of authority, looting, and attacks on strategic installations, such as terrorist attacks and bombs. You also have pandemics that provide emergencies that involve a sudden onset and spread of a contagious disease that affects the health but also disrupts services and businesses, bringing economic and social costs. Any disaster can interrupt essential services such as the provision of health care, electricity, water, sewage, transportation, and communications. The interruption can seriously affect the health, social, and economic networks of local communities and countries. Identifying those potential disasters makes it possible to create contingency plans, assemble supplies, and create procedures that can be initiated if and when a particular disaster happens. A truly comprehensive disaster management plan encompasses a wide range of possibilities that can easily be adopted if one disaster causes other types of disasters to occur. Local, regional, national, and international organizations are all involved in mounting a humanitarian response to disasters. Each will have a prepared disaster management plan that covers the following four essential elements: prevention, preparedness, relief, and recovery. Disaster prevention involves activities that are designed to provide permanent protection from disasters. Incidentally, not all disasters, particularly natural disasters, can be prevented, but the risk of loss of life and injury can be mitigated with good evacuation plans, environmental planning, and design standards. In January 2005, 168 governments adopted a 10-year global plan for natural disaster risk reduction called the Hyogo Framework. It offers guiding principles, priorities for action, and practical means for achieving disaster resilience for vulnerable communities. Disaster preparedness involves activities that are designed to minimize the loss of life and damage. For example, by removing people and property from a threatened location and by facilitating timely and effective rescue, relief, and rehabilitation. Preparedness is the main way of reducing the impact of disasters. Community-based preparedness and management should be a high priority in physical therapy practice management. Disaster relief involves a coordinated multi-agency response to reduce the impact of a disaster and its long-term results. Relief activities include rescue, relocation, providing food and water, preventing disease and disability, repairing vital services such as telecommunications and transport, providing temporary shelter and emergency health care. Once emergency needs have been met and the initial crisis is over, the people affected and the communities that support them are still vulnerable. Disaster recovery activities include rebuilding infrastructure, providing healthcare and rehabilitation. These should blend with development activities such as building human resources for health and developing policies and practices to avoid similar situations in future. There is no country that is immune from disaster. Last year, Nigeria witnessed serious floods that ravaged many parts of the country and seriously tested the extent of the country's disaster management plans, processes, and practices. In this regard, the full force of nature had struck human settlements with disastrous results. The lives of countless of people were threatened, and through the destruction of buildings and infrastructure, progress made over the years in development was destroyed in many states. Incidentally, the 2013 seasonal rainfall predictions by local authorities, such as NIMET, still leave much to be desired. However, it's not just the strength of the flood that determines the extent of harm and damages. The risk our countries run of becoming a victim depends crucially on social, economic, and institutional factors. That's why we should devote our focus to significant driver of disasters: lack of information. Creating an effective disaster management plan is often easier said than done. As many cities, countries, and organizations have learned, emergency plans that have been thought to be comprehensive have turned out to be partially effective at best. This has caused many companies and government agencies to revisit all aspects of their plans and run sometimes computer simulations to identify their weaknesses and refine them so that they can be carried out with more speed and efficiency. It is important to note that disaster management is linked with sustainable development, particularly in relation to vulnerable people such as those with disabilities, the elderly, children, and other marginalized groups. VFL 2013 is the third study in an ongoing research and learning program that collects and shares views about progress in reducing the risk of disasters at the front line, where those most vulnerable live and work. Findings from the VFL and experience of community-based disaster risk reduction practitioners show that where local people are included and able to participate, where local capacity is supported and capabilities maximized and strengthened, and where risk information is available and accountabilities are clear, then there can be real progress in accelerating the implementation of risk reduction activity at the local level. Disasters have a major and long-lasting impact on people, long after the immediate effect has been mitigated. Poorly planned relief activities can have a significant negative impact, not only on the disaster victims, but also on donor and relief agencies. It is important that key role players join established programs rather than attempting mere individual efforts. At Influence Africa, we support the Disaster Risk and Reduction Conference being held on the 14th of May 2013 in Abuja, Nigeria. Influence Africa is a social enterprise dedicated to promoting the long-term growth and competitiveness of Africa. This is achieved through influencing policies, practices, and facilitating collective multi-stakeholder action in key communities of practice such as corporate governance, anti-corruption, business and human rights, corporate social responsibility, housing and finance, natural resource management, sustainable agribusiness, environmental and social management, entrepreneurship development, as well as trade and investment. Influence Africa uses a range of multimedia platforms such as communication and advocacy tools, including using our online film portal to engage the public and key stakeholder groups. We send our felicitations to the organizers of this conference, as well as other key role players such as the African Youth Movement, the Global Network for Disaster Recovery, the National Environmental Management Agency, the Japanese International Cooperation Agency. We're very happy to see the participation of the Students' Tax Advocacy Initiative, as well as the Federal Ministries of Water Resources, Health, and the Environment, as well as other participants who are too numerous for us to mention. We wish you happy deliberations, and we want to encourage a multi-stakeholder approach to looking at the issues of disaster management and recovery in Nigeria. Thank you very much.